Alright everyone, welcome back again to more of Heaven's Feel.
いや、休むのは戦いが終わってからにしよう。今は戦いに勝つことだけを考えないと。
先輩、戦いってまだ続ける気なんですか?
Her anxious tone is a little unexpected. I've had a hunch for a while now that Sakura has no intent to fight. She should know that the Holy Grail is the only way to heal herself, but she doesn't even consider it as an option. She has an aversion to fighting. Sakura is extremely afraid of hurting other people. That isn't wrong, and I don't intend to deny her feelings. Sakura can stay the way she is. I'm the one who's made her cry, and it's my role to fight.
ああ、戦いは続ける。話し合いで済めばそうするけど、そうは言ってられないだろう。造剣が桜を解放するとは思えないし、桜には悪いけど、あいつに聖杯は渡しちゃいけないと思う。残ったマスターは4人。俺はこの中から桜を勝たせて、桜に聖杯を使ってもらう。
そう言ってもらえるのは嬉しいです。けど、先輩、遠坂先輩と戦えるんですか?
あいつが邪魔をするなら戦う。まあ、本当は聖杯なんて物騒なもんはあいつに任せたいんだけどな。あいつならきちんと鞘に収められるし、桜を助けてくれるだろうし。
そうでしょうか。あの人は魔術師です。私みたいに弱い人間のことなんて考えてくれないと思います。
I mean, she's still your sister and all. I can't fully deny that. Tosaka's a good person, I know that. But she's still a full-fledged mage. Last night she said that she'd kill Sakura. Even if that's what the situation called for at the time, she still made her choice and was fully ready to carry it out. So, if it turns out that even the Holy Grail can't save Sakura, she'll have gained a weapon even more powerful than an archer that she can use to end Sakura's life.
そうだな。けど、それでも遠坂にはできないよ。あいつに桜は殺せない。
どうしてそう思うんですか、先輩は。
いや、確証はないけど、あいつは根っこですごいやつだからな。あいつが選ぶ未来はきっと誰も失わないとんでもなくハッピーな世界なんだと思う。だから大丈夫。
Exactly. I see it the same way.
遠坂は最後には絶対桜を助けるよ。
先輩は遠坂先輩がその。
ん？
いいえ、何でもありません。先輩がそう言うなら私も信じてみます。
ああ、けど正直あいつ任せってのは情けないし、譲りたくない。桜を守るのは俺でいたいんだ。
I took Sakura's hand and made my choice. I can't let anyone else take my role. I'm gonna do whatever I can to make Sakura happy.
先輩、気持ちは嬉しいです。だけど先輩はもう戦える状態ではないと思います。セイバーさんもいなくなって遠坂先輩とも対立してしまった。先輩はもう聖杯戦争に関わる必要はありません。だから今まで通りどうか先輩の日常に戻ってください。私のせいで先輩が傷つくのは嫌です。
バカ、そんなの桜のせいじゃない。俺はやりたいからやるんだし、今さら降りられる戦いでもない。そんなの桜だって分かってるだろ。
I fought in the war as Saber's master. I chose to become my master of my own will, not just because I accidentally stumbled into the war. So I can't back down now. I'll fight even if I'm alone. I'm gonna see this through to the end. It's the only way I can repay Saber for going along with my selfishness.
じゃあ 先輩はどうしても。
戦いはやめない。そのためにこれから今後の方針を決めようと思う。ライダーもいいか？
構いません。あなたの意見は正しい。さくらはどうですか？
Sakura silently agrees. Good. She seems to have accepted the logic of it.
よし。じゃあこれからの話なんだけど、その前に。
Look at Ryder. Since breakfast, I've gradually gotten used to Ryder's presence in the living room, but there's still something I want to address.
何でしょうか？
その目、うちにいる時ぐらい目隠しを取ったらどうだ？お前の魔眼はもう知ってるんだし、無理に隠す必要ないだろう。
Isn't she uncomfortable keeping the blindfold on?
つまり私が美観を損ねると。
なあ、端的に言えばそうなる。その格好はともかく目隠しは大変だろ。せっかく綺麗なんだし、暑苦しいのは取ったらどうだ？
だそうです、マスター。あなたの意見次第では私も考えますが。
ダメです。そんなの絶対ダメ。
え？
But why is Sakura so strongly against it?
なんで？さくらだってライダーが目隠ししてたら困るんじゃないのか？
困りません。大体ですね、ライダーの目は魔眼なんですよ。ちょっとした弾みで魔術にかかっちゃったらどうするんですか？
かかるのか、ライダー？
かかります。私の目は魔眼というよりは邪眼ですから。私本人が魔力をセーブしたところであなたを対象外にするのは難しい。
うわ、なんだそれ。ライダー、自分の目をコントロールできないのか？
できませんね。それゆえの称号です。ですが昨日ほどの効果は望めないでしょう。あなたは私の魔眼が石化だと知っている。不意打ちによる認識洗浄は弱まっていますから、体が硬直するスピードは落ちるはずです。
そっか。じゃあ昨日みたいにいきなり体が麻痺するってのはないのか？
状況によります。あなたが気を抜いていれば魔眼の効果は上がるでしょう。
要するに気を抜かなければいいんだな。なら問題ないじゃないか。万が一魔眼にとらわれてもライダーは味方なんだからすぐに解除してくれるだろうし。
そうですね。私はあなたの命は取りません。そういった意味で言えば何の危険もありませんが。
ダメったらダメです。ライダーの目は石化だけじゃないんだから。
そうでしたね。では封印はこのままにしておきましょう。
Sakura pats her chest in relief. Anyway, I'm not really sure what that was about, but Ryder's gonna leave her blindfold on.
そうか。気になるけどライダー本人がいいって言うんならいいか。
ええ、素顔を晒すのは嫌いです。以後この件には触れないように。
Ryder says it coldly, her earlier levity gone. She really is hard to read. Maybe we're just not very compatible.
話を戻そう。今後の方針だけど、とりあえずさくらはうちから出ないこと。ゾウケンと直接会うのは危険だからな。あのじいさんとはこっちで片をつける。
その考えは正しいですが、あなたはどうやってあの魔術師を倒すのです？何か考えがあるのですか？
I'm not sure what to say to that. I'm sure there are ways to beat him, but I haven't given much thought to picking one.
それは
My fate depends on my next choice. I have multiple options. Out of them, the most viable one would be.
他のマスターと協力すべきだと思う。事情を話せば味方とまではいかないにしても、造剣を倒すのに手を貸してくれるかもしれない。
他のマスターって遠坂先輩ですか？
いや、遠坂じゃない。俺バーサーカーのマスターとは知り合いなんだ。イリアって言うんだけど、あの子なら話せばちゃんと聞いてくれる。
To be honest, I can't leave Ilya be either. Tosaka aside, I have no idea what Zoken will do next. He was willing to force Sakura to fight by planting worms in her. Ilya and Berserkers are much stronger than direct combat, but Zoken is a schemer. He knows he can't win in a duel, so he uses other methods. So Ilya can't get careless, even if she has Berserker.
バーサーカー、あなたはあの強戦士が我々の味方になると？
味方とまではいかないにしろ、しばらくは見逃してもらえる。それに協力は無理でも忠告ぐらいはしておきたい。
That girl came to this town all alone. Ilya was raised to be a master and given the name Einsburn. She's more than just a stranger to me.
そうですか。けど先輩、そのイリアって人の居場所はわかるんですか？
ああ、前に見せられた。道順は記憶している。広い森なんで想像通りにはいかないだろうが、半日もあればたどり着けるはずだ。
半日。それって今から行くってことですよね。
そうだな。ゼンは急げって言うし、今から行けば夜までには帰ってこれる。
It's a rushed decision, but a timely one. I've been wanting to thank Ilya for her help yesterday. Moreover, I have a feeling that everything will change once I bring up Zokin's schemes and that unknown shadow.
行ってくる。できるだけ早く帰ってくるから、さくらは部屋で休んでいてくれ。
わかりました先輩。それならせめてライダーを連れて行ってください。何かあっても必ずライダーが守ってくれますから。
そうか。その方が安全だよな。
But I can't do that. It's just as dangerous to leave Sakura at home by herself. No, much more dangerous since she can't defend herself against Zoken.
いや、ライダーはさくらを守ってやってくれ。もし造剣が来たら魔力を消費する戦闘は避けて、さくらを抱きかかえて逃げること。ライダーの足なら追いつかれることはないだろう。
Ryder suddenly nods as if she had the same idea.
ほら、ライダーだってそう言ってる。今回さくらはお留守番だ。
けど先輩だって危険です。あの森は今。
心配すんな。危ないって思ったらすぐに逃げる。それにイリアはマスター以外に興味はないんだ。マスターじゃなくなった俺が言っても危険はない。
I give Sakura a reassuring clap on the shoulder and leave the living room. Now then, first I'll go to the shed and prep something I can use as a weapon. Sakura sees me off as I leave the Emiya house. I'm carrying 2 wooden swords in a tubular shinai bag, and something light to eat later. I don't have a map or a compass. I still have the sense of direction I got from the magecraft Ilya cast on me. All I can do is rely on the memory of what I saw and my own intuition.
10時前。タクシーで1時間、森の中を歩いて4時間。
I hope it only takes that long. Anyway, I'll have the taxi drive slowly while I look for the entrance to the forest that I saw the other day. Once I find it, I'll leave the car and walk the rest of the way. If all goes well, I should make it to Ilya's castle before sundown. I'll think about what to do next once I meet Ilya.
シロ、
I heard something nostalgic from my house behind me. That business-like and cool way of addressing me. The way she said my name politely and awkwardly, yet as kindly as she could. I say a name that can't possibly be here.
待ちなさい。出立の前に話があります。
That almost sounded like Saber too. I was like, wait.
ライダー。
So I turn around, I accept reality. This is Ryder. The girl who said my name in that way isn't here anymore.
いいけど、なんだ、こっちも急いでるからな。手短に頼む。
私の質問は一つだけです。あなたはさくらを守ると言った。その理由を私はまだ聞いてはいません。エミヤシロ。
それ、俺は信用できないってことか。
ええ。私はさくらほどあなたを知っているわけではありませんから。
That makes sense. Ryder wants to protect Sakura, not me. So she probably wants to know what I'm thinking at least.
一度しか言わないから、この手の質問はこれっきりにしてくれ。もったいぶってるんじゃなくて、人前で言うようなことじゃないからな。いいか、俺はさくらが好きだ。それだけじゃない。昨日の夜、さくらに魔力を。
そのようですね。朝、さくらの魔力は安定していました。外部からの供給がなければ、さくらはまた熱にうなされていたでしょう。それが何か？
それだけだ。俺はさくらが好きだ。さくらを守る理由はそれだけだ。自分が好きになった女を守るのは男として当然だろ
う。では、あなたはさくらのために戦うのですね。目的はあくまでさくらの体を救うため。
いや、するよ。聖杯が何であるかは知らないけど、それがさくらを幸せにしてくれるんだったらいくらでも使ってやる。
さくらを幸せにする。
そうだよ。今までさくら一人を苦しめてきた。だからその分、どんな手を使っても幸せにしてやりたい。
Ryder says nothing. She just stands there. Maybe now she knows why I'm embarrassed to say this out loud.
よし。ライダーの質問に答えたんだから、今度はこっちの番だ。要望があるんだけど、聞いてくれるか？
ええ。私にできる範囲でなら聞き届けますが。
簡単なことだ。さっきの呼び方だけど、白って発音じゃなくて違うアクセントにしてくれないか？
わかりました。白でいいのですか？
いや、それじゃ白だ。もうちょっとなんていうか。
白ではなく
Ryder grapples with the pronunciation. Guess not then. I just caused her trouble by making her try multiple times. Ryder's blindfold and dark clothes give her a thorny image, but she's actually quite sociable. Somehow, I get the impression that she would be a little clumsy in private life.
ごめんな。元のままでいいよ。
白。発音はこれでいいのですね。白。
That sounds better, actually.
文句なしだ。悪いな。俺のわがままに付き合わせて。
わがまま？あなたは白と呼ばれることが不快なのでしょう？なら、私に発音を訂正させるのは正しいと思いますが。
まさか、さっきの呼び方は好きだった。
Yeah. It's because I liked it that I don't want anyone else to say it that way. I know it's a silly thing to get hung up on, but I want her to be the only one to say my name that way.
本当にただのわがままなんだ。ライダーが悪いわけじゃない。
わかりました。あなたがそう言うのなら、私も理由は問いません。
それじゃあ行ってくる。さくらのことよろしくな、ライダー。
I wave at Ryder and start running. First, I need to go to the intersection and hail a taxi. I'll take it to the outskirts of town and find the entrance to the forest that I've only seen once. She's left alone. There's no longer any meaning in the boy's war. No longer a master, he charges off into danger anyway. Meanwhile, the girl who's the cause of it all is resting at home. The reality sinks in.
彼は森に向かいました。後悔しているのですか、さくら。
The servant inquires her master's feelings. Eyes gloomy, the girl shakes her head once.
後悔なんてできないでしょ、ライター。そんなもの今さら何の意味もない。
そうですね。確かに意味のない質問でした。
けど辛いことだけじゃない。私ね、不謹慎だって分かってるのに嬉しいの。先輩が私のために何かしてくれるのは純粋に嬉しいから。
Even as she says it, pain fills her expression. Her lips feel practically sewn together by her guilt, even as she speaks of joy.
けどそれは間違ってる。おじい様は容赦なんてしない。先輩が戦う限り常に死の危険性がある。それに何より
It'll be a problem for her if she lets him get involved any further. The future holds nothing good for either of them. That's why she hoped he would give up on the war and go back to their normal life. She doesn't have much time left anyway. She'd prefer to live the rest of it for him. However, beneath that desire, she feels a glimmer of hope. That his fighting might allow them to be together longer. No, she's simply delighted to see that her beloved is fighting and getting hurt on her behalf. She doesn't want him to fight, but she's overjoyed that he's doing it for her. Two competing wishes vie for her heart, and she's stuck, unable to decide which one matters more.
嘘。結婚なんてしてないくせに。
She mumbles in anguish, keenly aware of her own dark nature. That's right. Actually, she wants him to fight. She wants him to save her, to make up for all the time during which she had never noticed her. So, it's alright if he gets hurt. She's thinking something she never should. I mean, yeah, it's a little selfish, a little greedy, also a little morbid, but I can kind of see it. Understandable in its own right. It's not like she truly wants him to die. She's just, you know, selfish. She clutches her chest in pain. The worms inside her wiggle up and down her nerves as if responding to her dark desires. It was only an instant. That single thought of him getting hurt is enough to make the worms violate her body even more. All their squirming in her body starts to make her ears ring. A chill runs through her blood. My body is so disgusting, so wicked to be aroused by something like this. The worms that dissolved in her blood become a sweet poison heating her body. They swell and roil like waves of swallowing her consciousness. When she gets aroused like this, she always thinks, these defiled arms and legs can't be human. The dark longing makes her stumble, and she tumbles to the ground in a tangle of hair and limbs. She can't stop breathing. Her spine fuses together like a sticky sap. It's no different from the things attached to her nerves. The more she tries to resist them, the deeper the worms invade her nerves, melting her mind away until she feels like she's become a worm. The ominous vision grips her entire body.
さくら。
大丈夫。私はまだ平気です。それよりお願い、ライダー。どうか先輩についていってあげて。
命令ならば従います。ですがさくら、あなたの体とて長くはない。私を行使するということは、あなたの余命を削ることです。
どう せ長くないもの。私今はちゃんとしてるけど、気を抜くとね、自分が何をしていたかわからなくなるの。日に日に記憶が曖昧になって、手足の感覚もない。時間の感覚だってもうバラバラで、一日が長く続いてくれないんだ。今朝だってなんか先輩を見送ってから1週間ぐらい経ってる気がするの。
She says it as if she doesn't particularly bother her. She's already accepted her death. Even as she tries not to shamefully cling to hope, she wants to protect him.
承知しました。主の命に従い、エミやシロウを護衛します。
ありがとう。ごめんねライダー。私がダメになったらすぐに新しい人と契約して。先輩はちょっと嫌だけど、ライダーならいいかな。
She forces herself to smile. The black-clad servant nods once and leaves her master.
良くない風です。宝具を使用することになりますが、構いませんね。
危なくなったら先輩を連れ帰ってきて。
分かっています。けれどさくら、私はあの老人ではなく、あの神父こそを注意すべきだと思うのですが。
Ryder leaves with that last remark. That was a surprise. Her servant doesn't give her opinions. She has a stoic personality and carries out orders exactly as they're given. Until now, she's never made so much as a suggestion.
そうね。私も本当はそう思うわ。
A sing-song whisper. A languid, even graceful expression replaces her earlier gloom.
けど安心してライダー。だってあの人、私には勝てないもの。
Ooh. That confidence. She giggles, like a girl picking flowers. A few minutes off the highway, I find the forest entrance, which feels familiar despite this being my first time seeing it, shrouded in mist even during daytime. In the woods, the mist hanging in the air and the lack of sunlight getting through the trees make me lose my sense of time.
うわ、大丈夫かこれ。
I'm amazed by my recklessness all too late. I didn't feel lost when I was looking through Ilya's eyes last time, but this isn't something I can navigate using my memory alone.
いや、泣き言は後だ。なりふり構ってられないんだから、当たって砕けろだ。
I pump myself up. It's now sometime past noon. When I was seeing through Ilya's eyes, it took roughly 4 hours to get to the castle from here. The rest is up to my physical stamina and my talent and memory and aptitude, reproduction skills, and mage. I walk through the forest. The thick scent of a tree sap makes the air feel slightly stuffy. It isn't as bad as walking the mountains, but the uneven terrain saps my stamina bit by bit. I think I've been walking on the path Ilya showed me for about 2 hours now, but I still can't see anything up ahead and the lack of landmarks is bothering me a little. Thanks to my daily training, I don't have a problem with walking the wilderness all day, but it does build up mental fatigue that isn't easy to notice. My memory tells me that it's 2 more hours to the castle. If I come across something entirely unexpected at that time, then I don't know if I'll be able to get out of the forest. My physical limits are still a ways off, but the mental stress could cause me to start making small mistakes. Mountain climbing requires one to stay hydrated, carefully monitor one's physical condition, and make constant decisions such as whether to step left or right next, or whether the next handhold is a millimeter too shallow or deep. This forest trek isn't quite so demanding, but it brings risks of its own. I can't tell what direction I'm facing or where my current location is. To say nothing of the distress that could cause, there is also direct threats from the forest wildlife. In a forest as big as this, animals are sure to have marked their territory. People usually get attacked while hiking because they violate an animal's territory. Walking around recklessly is like asking to get attacked, so there are times when it's a bar to go around a game trail that would have taken you straight to your destination. Fortunately, there aren't any snakes in these woods. Okay, even better. There are only signs of wild dogs in the area, and they're rarely sighted.